So here we have a rather large chopper, Beth.
Yes.
This is what you're going to use. It's a bit of a cleaver. It's got this lovely serrated edge at the top, which
makes me nervous. You running your finger along it.
Yeah, but that's blunt, darling.
Okay.
It's really blunt.
Okay.
Yeah. And what you do with that is that's really good for bruising. So that's not yourself, not anybody else, but purely this beautiful lemongrass, which came from Robinson's.
Okay.
So what I would love you to do is hold like that and just be brave. Hold the end and just go all the way along. That way you get all the delicious flavour.
Don't give that to her.
Right, okay, are you all right? You haven't signed a waiver yet.
Oh
But,
my gosh. Right.
Right, go on. Come on, darling, a bit harder than that. That's it. Oh, yeah. Just think of someone. The tax man.
Oh, look, it's split.
That was me, I think, that last hit. That was definitely her getting angry with me.
Go on, do it again, do it again. Go on, get right at the end there to get that deliciousness out of that.
I can smell it.
You can smell it, isn't it beautiful? Oh, she's so good at this.
While you're doing that, can I ask, because lemongrass quite often remains very, very tough in cooking. Are you supposed to take it out?
No, you can use it. If you cut it up really fine, you can use it in... Smell that.
I can smell it.
Can you
It's
smell that? You
amazing.
smell that?
Beautifully bruised.
Isn't that beautiful? And then we're just going to...
I noticed you didn't trust me with that end of it.
There we go. So we're just going to use that end. It's rather... Oh, it's one of life's amazing smells.
Would you
isn't
use
it?
that very end bit there?
Yes, well, that's actually the most flavourful bit. Oh. But what we're going to do is we're just going to put it into that lovely syrup that we've got over on the Essie here. Here we go, look at that. We've got some lime zest. Remember, not the lime juice, but we're going to get Beth to ream the lime. Okay?
I'm going to do what, sorry?
You're going to ream the lime.
Oh, right.
You know, time those reamers, and you go... You know, and then you get the juice out.
Okay.
We'll add that later. So we're just going to turn this into a lovely syrup. It's bubbling away here on this beautiful plancha plate. We've got some garlic and some... thank you. Oh, you're so useful. Garlic and some shallots. Just having a jolly good saute here.
Jolly good time.
A jolly good time
Can
here.
I just ask you about that huge onion that you've got?
Oh, yes. Those huge onions. Did you
I'll
see?
get it,
There's a
I'll get it.
huge
Hang on, I'm on
onion. So I
Here we
did
go.
for Mankind Festival, I did 4 shoulders of pork, which were the most divine shoulders of pork from Tears, the butchers in Ramsey. And I thought, you know, you can't have shoulders of pork without caramelized onions. So for 8 hours, I caramelized these onions, these are from Robinson's. I've got a huge bag of them. So my darling Lydia inside the house is just making a load of French onion soup.
Do you have to
Vegetarian
wear
French onion soup.
huge goggles in order to cut one of those up?
Not really. If you have a really sharp knife, you should not need to wear goggles because it's only a blunt knife pushing the juice up into your eyes.
But I have quite a problem with that because the second I even start peeling an onion, my eyes start weeping and it's very painful.
Well, really, it's a men's job, really, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're about to go live back on the radio for those that are on Facebook, so you'll hear us on the radio now as well. Here we go. So we have just been live on Facebook with Georgie. You can go over there and see the video. It's still actually going. Sarah Henry's doing a marvellous job here. And Beth has been quite violent with some lemongrass. You're quite proud of yourself, aren't you?
I'm super proud of myself because this is a massive chopper. If you go to, honestly, I'm not even joking. I'm showing everybody on Facebook now the size of this. I mean, is it a chopper or a cleaver? What would you call that?
Well, you can
Just
call it
dangerous.
whatever you like. It's a dangerous weapon that should be kept in a drawer. It's got a very sharp edge to it one side, but it's got this lovely serrated edge on the other, which is really good for bruising. Lemongrass.
That's what I did, isn't it?
Yeah,
I did
and
okay.
you weren't allowed to use the sharp edge, were
No,
you,
I
Beth? Always better not to give Beth anything sharp to use, I think. But yeah, so tell us what's going on in this pan now for those on the radio.
On this beautiful Essie, which I have to say I am in love with, these 2 amazing lids that you pull up for the induction acts as a fabulous splashback, so I just washed those down. So what we're doing here on the induction hob here is we've got some onions, some shallots and some garlic just sauteing. Then I'm going to add chopped, what are they called?
Saturn peaches.
Saturn peaches.
Just to stick with our moon landing theme,
Exactly.
we like that.
Just, of course, I knew this was going to happen, didn't I? That it was the 50th anniversary. Not, but hey, we're in sync, girls, aren't we? In sync, in the cook shack. Oh, anyway.
Carry on, Georgie. Nobody noticed.
Anyway,
nobody
we'll start
else.
a
Okay.
dance.
So the Saturn peaches, and we're going to put them in with the onions and the garlic and just soften them a bit. Then we're going to add chicken. We're going to which is all lovely and cooked, just keeping warm there. And we're going to put some balsamic vinegar in there and some freshly torn basil and just mix it around. And there you've got your quick meal.
Absolutely, and actually,
She's
genuinely, that is really, really simple. So we talk a lot about the fact that people are time pressured these days, but this is something really nutritious that you can knock up fairly quickly.
Absolutely, yeah, and delicious. Absolutely nutritious and delicious. And I'm sure if you didn't have any fresh peaches, I'm sure canned peaches would be absolutely fine.
So we are at the Cook Shack up here in Bride with Georgie Revill. Beth and Christy with you through till 3 p.m. this afternoon. We're going to try and squeeze in, I think, 1 or 2 more songs, aren't we, Beth?
Do you know which one we didn't think of?
What?
Bobby and Bala Sala, thank you. Rocket Man, Elton John.
What a tune!
But do you know what I've just thought? It took them 4 days to get there, so we can probably play some songs over the next 4 days that are moon related. What do you reckon?
I think that's a smashing
I
idea.
love that song so much. Okay, The Fantastic Sea Moon by Paul McCartney and Wings, says Paul Q.
Oh, I don't know that
No,
one.
I don't know that one either. So, we're being introduced to new music, which is absolutely brilliant. How about Walking on the Moon by Police? Cheers, says Ian.
There
Yeah,
you
we
go.
have to do that one.
Walking on the Moon.
And somebody has asked for the Water Boys. I reckon that'd be a good end to the show today. What do you reckon?
That's a really good upbeat song, and it will leave us with that perfect kind of vibe, I think, because as we're saying, it is 50 years since Apollo 11 took off on its journey to go to the moon, and man first walking on the moon 4 days later.
Do you know what we do when we have a little chats like this? We kind of move away from Georgie doing all the work. I think we've really sussed this out now, haven't we?
What, basically leave her to it?
Yeah, pretty much. We've got an array of fruit in front of you.
Yes, so that is a Santa Claus melon, and it's rather divine. And we're going to add that to our summer fruit salad, and we've got some rather beautiful golden kiwis. And if I open that up, there you go, look at that. Can you see that, Sarah? Isn't that beautiful? They are the most delicious kiwi fruits around.
They're a different colour and they're larger.
Yeah.
They're a beautiful thing.
They are a work of art. Look at those lovely pips in there. Isn't that beautiful? So we're going to add that. And then we're going to add that lovely little syrup that we've made, thanks to Beth and her amazing bashing.
Oh, well, you know where to come if you need that sort of...
Right, okay. And we're going to add, we need you to ream the limes, though, okay? Don't get too excited, because we do need to ream the limes.
I don't think she's going to be able to do anything, to be
No, I
fair,
can.
Georgie. We've nearly lost
No,
it.
it's okay.
She's lost in euphemism
I'm
land.
fine.
She's exhausted
what is
already.
what is reaming the lime? What does that mean?
You use a reamer.
Zest it.
You know, one of those...
Juice it.
Yeah, it's a juicer. Yeah, do you want me to say juice a
Juice a lime. I've never heard of the reamer. Okay, where's my
Your
reaming
reamer
tool?
is over by the Essie here.
Okay.
So we've got...
So we're in case you just tuned in, we are in the kitchen in the Cook Shack with Georgie, and she's taking us all around the kitchen with this beautiful new Essie unit that she's cooking on.
In this pot is lemongrass, a bit of water, some Manx honey, some zest of lime, some fresh ginger and lemongrass. We're going to put the lime in that now, the lime juice, because we've taken it off the Essie, and we're going to just let that cool a little bit. We'll put the lime juice in there. Oh, and here she comes.
Oh dear, you've given
And
her
then
another
we're going to
utensil.
put
This is
this-
not going to end well.
Then we're going to put this through a sieve straight onto the lovely fruit salad.
I take it you need it to cool first, do you?
Yes, but it'll cool pretty quickly. And over here, we're going to put small peaches in here. But this is looking good.
So is this, when you come up with these, each time we come and see you, you have a new and completely different recipe. Do you just come up with these yourself?
Well, I was playing tennis this morning, and I thought, we're getting a little lax now, aren't we? I was playing tennis this morning, and I was thinking, what should I cook? I thought, actually, we did this dish last week when we had some lovely visitors from Cayman, Mr. and Mrs. Mann from Cayman, here for mankind in the Isle of Man. They did sit in the man cave quite a lot too, and they love this. So I thought, okay, I will cook this dish. It's quick and easy, and let's just do a lovely summer fruit salad too. What could be better?
Oh, she's done
amazing.
it. She has quite, by the look of things, massacred those limes.
There you go. You probably want to wash your fingers, don't you?
Oh, yes, possibly.
Yeah. So we'll put that in there. And then what we'll do is we will now, I think that'll be pretty cool, we'll sieve it over the lovely fruit. We'll mix some more of that kiwi and that Santa Claus melon in there too, and then you can have that with some homemade ice cream.
Lovely. Do you know what I love is how over the past couple of years we've become so much more adventurous with our food on this side of the world, haven't we? So, you know, a few years ago you wouldn't necessarily think of putting sort of Asian flavours like that over fruit, but now people try anything, don't they?
Oh yeah, I mean we've got so much access through the internet, haven't we, and through lovely magazines to all these delicious dishes that you can do, and we're doing a lot of fusion foods, aren't we? My next course is on Sunday, and we've got a sushi course. Ooh. So with the sushi, I love to use lots of vegetables to get all that different colours, etc. So I'm looking forward to that one on Sunday.
You've got to be a bit careful with sushi, do you, with the raw fish?
Well, yes, you don't. I mean, I get my fish from the fish market at Robinson's, and I will be phoning them up on Thursday, which is probably day after tomorrow, is it? Yeah. And I will be asking them, I'll say, I need sushi grade fish. And sushi grade fish is really just fish that you know the source and where it has come from. I would never buy fish from a supermarket for using for sushi.
Sorry, I was going to make a sauce being the sea joke, but I thought maybe I won't. But then you looked at me, so I had to say it. I'll just keep quiet. Carry on.
We just keep losing it to dreadful joke land today. Seriously. So that's on Sunday. Are there any spaces left for that, Georgie?
No, it's a private course.
Okay.
A lovely little family coming up to the cook shack, and no. So we got kiddies courses next week. 5 to 8 year olds are full, but we've still got room on the 9 to 12 year olds on
What will
Wednesday.
they be cooking?
We're doing a Mad Hatter's tea party.
Oh,
so we're going to
amazing.
decorate the place, and we're going to be doing coloured breads and sandwiches and loads of lovely little cakes and finding things in the garden. Yeah.
How amazing. Will you be dressing up for the occasion?
Of course. I will be making my own hat over the weekend.
Oh, amazing.
She
Georgie.
never stops.
She
This
really
woman
doesn't.
never stops.
She
It's
really
incredible.
doesn't. And thank you so much for hosting us once again. What we're going to do is do a little bit of an extra podcast after the programme. So there'll be some exclusive content for you to find at manxradio.com, and hopefully we'll be able to try the dish. Unfortunately, you're vegetarians. You can't have the chicken.
Pesky,
Mom.
I'm a pesky.
What a
Yeah, just fish.
shame.
But it smells fantastic, I have to say.
It really
you can tell
does.
it's going to be super, super tasty. Again, she's whipped up a storm for us, and again, completely different, as it always is.
As it always is. So all the details you'll be able to find in the Late Lunch blog. Just want to say thank you to Georgie for having us again, Andrew Beasley, our on-site engineer who's just disappeared, Sarah Hendy for producing all our social media content, and Alex Brinney who's back at the studio and well away from the food. And thank you to you for sending in your moon-themed songs. We're going to play some over the course of the next few days. So do keep your suggestions coming in, 166 177. And just time, I think, to say how long is this going to be before I can eat it?
Probably about 5 minutes. And thank you girls. You're always so jolly. A breath of fresh air coming up to Bride.
Oh, well,
and we love you dearly.
Thank you. I think, Christy, a good moon song to end with.
Yeah, it was recommended earlier on by several different people, actually. Thank you so much for sending in your suggestions. We're going to end with the Waterboys and Whole of the Moon.